Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're plunging into two really fascinating figures, Mahatma Gandhi and Rabindranath Tagore.
Right, and their visions for India's awakening in the 20th century. Contrasting, but also kind of complementary in the end.
Exactly. We got some excerpts here looking at their core ideas, their, different perspectives.
And the goal is really to get a handle on what drove them.
Yeah, and why these big ideas about identity, purpose, nationhood, why they still resonate. They feel quite relevant to the kinds of questions you might grapple with yourself.
Absolutely. It's striking how differently they saw India's path, isn't it?
Totally. Let's start with Gandhi. His focus was very much on
village life, simplicity. That's key. The charkha, the spinning wheel, wasn't just a tool.
No, it was a symbol, right? Of self-sufficiency, resistance against complex industry,
and self-restraint. That was fundamental for him. He saw it as like the core of India's spirit.
In his idea of Swaraj, it goes way beyond just kicking the British out.
Oh, completely. It was self-rule in the deepest sense. Mind, body, spirit, holistic freedom.
A total self-mastery.
Now, Tagore, equally passionate about India, no doubt.
But a different angle.
A very different angle. He saw India more as a bridge to the world, championing universal humanism.
Meaning,
believing in the value of all people, that imagination could help us transcend borders, race, nation, creed, all of that.
So Gandhi looks inward, dabble into the village soul, while Tagore looks outward, wants to connect globally.
You could sort of frame it that way, yeah.
Yeah.
And their views on modernity really show this divergence.
Gandhi's warning is pretty stark. He called modern industrial civilization, what was it?
Soulless, violent, and dehumanizing. Really strong language.
Wow. He was deeply worried about its impact.
Yeah, the cost to our humanity, you could say. Tagore, though, he was, more open.
More open to science.
Yeah.
Progress.
Exactly. He believed India could learn, could find truth and beauty by engaging with diverse cultures, not just shutting them out.
That's a fundamental difference in approaching the modern world.
It really is, and it leads into their differing takes on nationalism, too.
Okay, so Gandhi saw nationalism as
almost a sacred duty, rooted in sacrifice, service, faith, a deep, deep commitment to the nation itself.
Very grounded in that specific identity.
Right. Whereas Tagore, while obviously valuing identity, he had this caution, a warning almost,
of nationalism going too far.
Yeah, about blind nationalism. He feared it could cloud judgment, overshadow reason, and critically, compassion.
The tension between patriotism and maybe a more dangerous form of nationalism, that feels very current.
It never really goes away, does it? And their symbols, again, speak volumes here.
Gandhi's reverence for the spinning wheel. We mentioned it. Moral resistance embodied.
Powerful stuff. But then Tagore steps back and asks,
is that all there is?
Kinda. He respected the practical, the moral resistance, but questioned if focusing only on that missed something. What about intellectual pursuits, spiritual growth?
The life of the mind beyond just basic needs or political struggle.
Precisely. It highlights this really interesting sort of creative tension between their philosophies.
But despite all these differences in approach, in emphasis, wasn't there an underlying shared goal? Didn't they both want something similar for India, fundamentally?
I think so, absolutely. Both ultimately yearned for an India defined by its character.
Not by power or conquest?
No, exactly. An India that spoke to the world with dignity, with wisdom, with peace.
It's a powerful common ground.
It is. You see it in how they lived and what they left behind. Gandhi's famous line,
"My life is my message." Action embodying belief.
The ultimate commitment. And Tagore, with his call for openness, let my thoughts come from all directions, embracing the world's wisdom.
So bringing it back to us, to you listening, what do we take away from this? From these contrasting yet vital perspectives?
Well, they certainly leave us with some big questions, don't they?
Like, what does freedom really mean? Is it just political? Or is it that deeper Swaraj Gandhi talked about?
And perhaps crucially, will you be guided more by fear of the other, of the unknown, or by imagination and compassion as Tagore might urge?
Those are enduring questions, all right.
Definitely. Thinking about Gandhi's focus on roots, on the local, and Tagore's push for universal connection.
How do you balance those in your own life that need to be grounded, to belong, with the call to connect across differences?
That's the challenge, isn't it? How do you stay true to your core values while remaining open to the wider world? It's something to really chew on, inspired by these two giants.